Greg Ferguson. I'm president of Safe Conveyor. Welcome to our factory. Chris tells me that you're interested in our Safe Conveyor, possibly a long line. I just happen to have a 36-foot line that we put together to test for a customer. And I guess what we'll do to show you how this conveyor works is we'll take it apart. It's basically the same taking it apart as it is putting it back together. The last thing we did when we put this line together was snap the belt together right here. And our belting just snaps together, just like that. Very simple. We had brought that belt all the way from underneath, which it rides on a lower deck, brought it around to this point, pulled it up, not too tight, and then we brought it back together and we snapped it. Very simply. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this conveyor apart. We'll travel down to where the last section was put together. Come on along. Take a look at it as you go. These are the stands and joiner bars that we use to hold the frames together. And as you can see, each section already has holes, so this section could have had a motor on it. It could have been all by itself. It could have ended here. And then of course these plates that are on here, they hold it together. And then a stand. So we have one stand, joiner plate. You come down the line, another stand, joiner plate. And we just keep doing that to make a longer line. And the last one, the kind of the caboose to the line, has the idler on it. And this was the last line that we put in. So again, we take the belt apart. Let that belt all slide down there. Just happen to have the right tool for the job. This is our joiner bar. Now as you can see, the conveyor has this flat surface for the belt to ride on. And this section has a flat surface for the belt to ride on. And depending on the width of the conveyor, we'll have more and more and more of these. Well, to get the belt to go from here to here and not fall down, we have to bridge it. These are called deck extensions. And they're basically, you can put them in and you can remove them. They're T-slot mounted. They have a T-slot, mounts into a slot here. And you can put as many of these as you want. And unlike some other systems I've seen, we don't use sheet metal screws. We have to take something apart, put it back together. You want to use a machine screw. So now that we have that section apart, and we'll put these bars down somewhere. We're not going to need them. We're going to basically get some of that belt out of the way. Push it down the frame. So here we have this very last little section sitting here. And we're going to separate it. So we use a different wrench. Almost all the bolts on this are 9/16 hex. So we'll loosen these up. And typically when we ship out a unit, this part's fully assembled. And then what happens is, when you get it, you'll loosen up these bolts and you'll slide these plates out. And they just slide right into the T-slot. So there you go, slides right apart. A little tougher to put it back together, but as you can see, it goes together and it slides. And then basically, this is the part that you would bring up and put on. Now if you step back, you can see that what you have here is this little section, and it has its own little stand. And we could do that, and that's how they're quickly put together. And then on this end, we just have this simple idler system. So that's how simple it was to put together. I put this whole line together in about 20 minutes. And I could pick these up. These are very lightweight. This little section here probably weighs about 20 pounds. Could get a little heavier as it get wider. So it's very simple. So if you have any interest, or you want to get a quote, we make these in different lengths, with each section 8 feet, and you can get them up to 40 feet long. And I'm sure Chris would be happy to get you a quote. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope this made your day.